All right, we are recording. Yo, what is good, everybody? It is the godfather of gaming, the ageless one of the VR king of the crump side, the man with the master plan, 100 grand, Lincoln Clay. Just getting out of work, getting ready to take this journey to pick up my son. You guys know what to do. Hit like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. So, trying to make my way through this rush hour traffic. Had to drive through this outlet mall just to turn around. Get ready to jump back into this rush hour traffic. So anyway, I got a lot of stuff that I want to talk about, and I'm not going to be able to get all of it out in this stream. So I'm going to do, not stream, but video. So I'll do one today, and then do the other one tomorrow. So tomorrow, what I'm going to talk about is, it's going to be some VR talk. Talk about what I think needs to happen for VR to get where I want it to go. Because, VR enthusiasts, I think all of us want to see VR go further than what it is now. And I've said it before, some of the things that I think need to happen for VR to go mainstream, but I guess I'll break it down a little bit more tomorrow. Oh man, a Nissan GTR, woo-wee, we talking 80 grand there. Oh, what an idiot, this dude turned right in front of me. So today, what I want to talk about is this Gears 5 situation. That's been the hot topic this week. And as some of you know, well, I'll start with kind of what's going around, what people are saying, that the Gears they feel like Gears is underperformed. And I'm one of them, but probably not for the reason that a lot of other people are talking about. Excuse me. So, I guess a lot of anybody who's aware of what's going on with Gears knows that I guess Gears sold like 16,000 copies in the UK, and I'm assuming that's physical copies. And there's YouTube videos out there, trying to pinpoint that as the reason why Gears performed so poorly. And my thought on Gears doing 16,000 in the UK, my thought is, so what? So that was to be expected, that sales of physical copies were going to be down. That's for a couple of reasons. Digital sales these days, at this stage of the generation, I think digital sales are outpacing physical sales. And I'm a contributor to that myself, as I think the majority of my games are digitally purchased. And it took me a while to finally accept that, but because Microsoft were the biggest pushers of the digital state of gaming right now. They were the ones pushing the hardest to bring us to that all digital age. They were pushing the hardest, but the fact of the matter is, Sony brought us here faster than Microsoft intended, because a game will come out on the PlayStation, and then hell, a month, 2 months later, that game will turn up at the PlayStation store on a flash sale. So that game could easily come out at $60, and then 2 months later, the game is $20, $15, even $10, depending on how well the game did when it launched. So I think that's a big contributor of why digital sales are far outpacing physical sales. And on the Microsoft end of it, the biggest contributor is Game Pass. So people even mentioning that Gears did 16,000 in the UK shouldn't even be coming out of their mouths, because I always like to use restaurants as example. You got the Big Mac at McDonald's the sandwich by itself might sell for $4, but then they got a double cheeseburger that they selling at $1.50. Which one do you think is gonna sell more? Here we had the same thing. A game costing $60, and then you got Game Pass ranging anywhere from $1 to $15. So that, because of that situation, that should have been a given right there, that physical sales of Gears was not going to be good. That was a given. So when I first heard the news that it did 16,000 in the UK, I was like, so what? I mean, in my opinion, if it would have did over 100,000, I would have been surprised. So I think we can dispense with that crap, attributing the state of Gears on those low physical sales. I think we can dispense with that. So let's get to the nuts and bolts of this. I guess over the first 3 or 4 days, everybody knows that Gears had 3 million users. And Microsoft is celebrating that as if that is some kind of victory. That, to me, that's actually dismal to me. And I guess I gave Microsoft a little bit too much credit, because Microsoft was handing out these $1 memberships leading up to the release of Gears left and right. So I really thought that, as far as users go, or user engagement, I thought the number was going to be more like 6, 7, 8 million, maybe even as high as 10 million. But I guess I gave them way too much credit, because I really thought that even with the Xbox probably having an estimated 40 million consoles sold, I thought with them throwing out $1 memberships left and right, I thought they could at least get 7 or 8 million people to jump on board and play what is supposed to be the flagship franchise of this platform. But again, I guess I gave them too much credit, because I think a 3 million user engagement is dismal when you was handing out memberships at $1 left and right. And I guess the other thing I gave Microsoft too much credit for was the revenue, the reoccurring revenue because of Gears. I figured because of those $1 memberships, at the least, I figured at the least over the next 2 months, they would probably pull in 10, 15 million, just off of those those $1 memberships alone. And I gave it too much credit there. I don't know how much money they probably made off of memberships. They never going to tell us. But Microsoft talking crap, about this 3 million users. No, the numbers that I want to know about, I want to know about 3 numbers. I want to know how many memberships Game Pass had, say maybe a month and a half ago. Then I want to know how many memberships they had active at the time the Gears launched, And I want to know how many memberships they have now. Because I've been seeing that a lot on YouTube and on Twitter, how people were saying that they just played the campaign and that was it. They canceled their memberships. And I would say that is a testament to the abysmal state of Microsoft's gaming division. When people didn't even want to hang on to their memberships for the multiplayer. Because after all, it was Phil Spencer that was claiming that, single games are losing this popularity and multiplats is where it's at. Multiplayer is where it's at and multiplats is where it's at and all that shit. But you got people that paid for the membership, played it long enough to finish the campaign, and then got out of there. So I think that's pretty sad. And I think Phil Spencer said it, that claiming that Game Pass is going to lead to more sales, which is one of the most, if he's talking about sales of Game Pass memberships, okay. But if he's talking about more physical and digital sales, that is absolutely stupid. Again, unless he meant memberships and like microtransactions that they're gonna implement into the game. If that's what he meant by sales, okay, then I'm not gonna argue with that because I don't know how that's gonna play out. At least I didn't in the beginning. Now I guess I got some kind of idea. Now that the game done came and went, people lost interest in it and moved on to Borderlands 3. So to me, this